I saw her eyes start watering up too.
I have a YouTuber apology video playing in my pupils. Disregard this uncultured swine. This bag is magical. I am about to make the most annoying video I've ever made on the history of my YouTube channel.
Are you sure about that?
Bitch, don't be rude. Good morning, my loves, and welcome back to the vlogs. Today's vlog is going to be really different. It's not going to be a typical vlog that I like to do. I know that there's going to be a lot of hate on this video, or like even just like what the f, right? I get it. I understand. Why do people pay for expensive designer bags? It makes no sense. They're literally just bags. Like, why do people spend money on designer?
Why do women spend money on bags?
He's literally flipped upside on the bed going, why do women?
Why do men spend money on watches?
Why? Today's video, I want to make it a little bit more informative than it is like, ooh, I'm so excited about my bag. So I'm going to try to maintain this composure, poker face this bitch. Okay, I'm going to do the unboxing. I have this giant white bag. This is going to be a rambly video. If you guys aren't into designer items or people spending money on actually useless things, I'm not even going to try to make a reason of like why this bag means so much to me. You guys know why you want bags and it just doesn't make sense. I literally just came back. I just got out of the Uber. Yeah, I'm going to start with a Pico tip. This is the first bag that I got today. I've actually been wanting this since I was in LA, and I mean, I've been wanting both of these bags, but this is not an on-the-whim purchase, even though it might seem like that after I tell you guys the story of what happened today. So I've been looking at a Pico tin bag for quite some time now. I almost got that instead of this bag, which she looks deflated and beat up right now. So I feel like this is the unclassiest one. I feel like I should have my nails done, and I feel like I should have like 25 buff bangles just like click-clacking while I do this.
A lot of work
no,
you're
I need
asking
a drone
for.
shot. I need a drone shot.
What is a drone shot?
Like, you know, aerial view. No. Okay. I literally just saw people's faces in the comment section just going, all of that anticipation for a f***ing bucket bits. This is the Pico Tin 18, which means it's 18 inches this way. It comes with all of this fluff that I'm gonna keep actually for right now. And then it also comes with this. Like so not classy right now. It comes with a look. So the way that this bag works is that it has a strap that you put through here, and then you put the lock in here, and then you lock it so that it never unstraps.
Oh, this one's gold too?
Let me show you guys how it would hang like this. And it's perfect because it's your everyday bucket bag. The inside is lined. Am I doing a review? I don't know what color this is in. Something rouge, I'm sure. Something red, I don't know, okay? And so I've been looking at this because it's just so easy. Now, I would say if you're in a dangerous area.
So easy for people to steal shit from your bag.
Yeah, pretty much. But I would really only wear this like going to run errands in areas that I'm very comfortable with, that I know of, that I know the layout and everything in case I gotta run after a hoe, you know what I mean? You just stick this in, lock it up, because that's secure, and then it's a bucket bag. You're not even showing the bag.
Okay, sorry.
I feel like you're an old man. You're trying to be the cameraman.
Honey, you want to do this yourself?
I'm sorry. Can you not sit on my couch?
Okay, sorry.
This
All
is the
It's
Pico
cute,
Tin 18.
very cute.
I'm just gonna do an unboxing, and then I'm gonna tell you guys the story of why I got the Pico Tin and how I got the Cali, which is probably why everyone's watching instead of actually seeing me doing the shittiest Hermes unboxing.
Are you gonna put the lock on there?
You take the key out, you unlock it, you put this baby, this sucker, right in, and then you lock it.
Are you sure you're doing it right?
I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, looks good.
Very cute.
What do you
The
think about
Pico
it?
Tin. I love it. I just love the way that the leather just kind of like lets itself hang. I think it's structured but unstructured. So it's structured in the sense that like there is a little bit of form and there is bottom and then the little feet at the bottom. They don't put a lot of like pressure onto your arms right here. You look so uninterested. Anyways. Some people might hate it. Oh, let me show you guys. So I'm gonna just undo this one. So this is the Kelly bag. So you typically will see a Kelly bag, and the main difference, I would say, if you guys aren't too familiar with them or you don't really care to know about them, is that Kelly bags typically have a strap and they're one handle, whereas Birkin bags have two handles.
And they're more skinny, right?
Yeah, they're a lot more skinny, and like the Epsom leather that I chose is a lot more structured, which I'm super excited about. So then in this bag, this tiny little bag, is the clochette, I believe is how they pronounce it, which is, it comes like this. And now most people, wait, I think I'm doing it wrong. There's a way to do this correctly. Now most people will do something like this onto the front and the strap. This is really why I wanted the Kelly, because I just really love crossbody bags. Is my voice shaking? Sorry. I'm just doing the most right now. This is honestly the most annoying video I'll ever make. I just really wanted to share this with you guys. And I know that there's a lot of people who are interested in stuff like this. I know that I'm gonna get comments like, hey, share your tips on how you got it in Paris.
Very cool color.
I love this color. It's a new color. I don't think it's like the newest. I think she said it was like a very new collection, not the newest collection of colors, but it's like this baby blue color. I just really wanted to wear it mainly.
You haven't even worn it yet.
No, I haven't.
Oh, you wanna see?
Yeah.
Look.
So, oh my god, she's beautiful. Okay, sorry. I mainly wanted to wear her undone like this, just because it's casual. Maybe I'll do the buttons like right here. It's right now, this leather is very firm. It's gonna give in a little bit. I mean, not like immediately, but over time, it's gonna learn to give a little bit more, and it'll be a lot more relaxed of a look. But this is probably the most structured leather that they have. They have more relaxed ones, but since it's such a tiny bag, I really wanted structure. I thought it would look a lot cleaner. I thought the coolest thing about this bag, well, the Birkins too, is that they come with a rain jacket because the leather isn't
Honey,
supposed to get.
whoever freaking uses those?
Absolutely nobody, but in case you have to, there's a rain jacket.
Can I do a review for them?
Please
What?
be careful.
Alright, so this is the bag. It's very cool. It's very structured.
That's your review?
Look.
Honey, I will punch you. And
Yeah.
so I did get a twilly with it, which I feel like in the beginning, everybody puts twillies on their bags because they want to be really careful with the handles.
Are they really for protecting purposes?
They are not. They're for money-making purposes for Hermes, but whatever.
I mean, they look cute.
They look beautiful, and they do protect the handles from like wear and tear because this is mainly the place of like impact where you're just gonna be scrubbing it around and stuff. I got this twilly to match it. I got this blue one.
You want to wrap it?
You're asking for a lot. It's hard because this handle is smaller. So you want to somehow like loop it like this.
So you tie a knot.
Yeah, you tie a knot and you want the ends to like kind of be like very cute like that. And then you just wrap it around your handle. I'm gonna redo this one because this is very bad, but you guys get the general idea. Just keep wrapping it and then you do a loose knot at the other side. And so this...
But then, you know, if you wrap it the other way, it shows the black part. You see that?
Yeah.
You see right now it's all blue.
Yeah.
If you do it the other way, it's all going to be black, which is very cool.
So this is how...
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
He has been having this eye on this watch for quite some time.
For like 2 weeks.
So, oh, I guess this is your watch poof. Your
Pouch.
little poof pouch, travel pouch. Throw it in here. Now
Travel
you can throw it in
pouch.
your luggage.
Yeah.
And this one is your lotion for jewelry and watches with a little brush, with a little microfiber thing. Very pretty. And here we have your Cartier box. And now we're gonna open your typical Instabaddie Love Bank. I'm just kidding. And dun 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 dun.
Wow, she looks good.
I think it's a he.
Oh, it's a he?
Yeah. This is the Cartier tank. Like, this is one of their most iconic Cartier watches. Apparently this was the watch that Andy Warhol wore, and it has like this rectangular shape. I think it's beautiful. It's got a sapphire on the crown. I love the bezel of this. But there's a sapphire on the crown, which I think is such a cool detail. And the bezel is like very just smooth, polished.
18 karat yellow gold.
Okay.
This is a quartz movement.
Hi guys, I'm sick. I filmed that unboxing maybe an hour and a half ago, and I took a brief 10-minute hiatus an hour and a half ago. I took an hour and a half hiatus, okay, where I napped for an hour and a half. And now I woke up and my sinuses are killing me, my throat is dying. I woke up sick earlier this morning and then I briefly forgot about it while I was at Hermes, and then it just came back. You know what my mom always said? That I'm never sick when I'm hanging out and having fun, but suddenly the minute I come home, the night before school, I'm always sick again. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing. I have some tea. This tea is not symbolic of me spilling the tea about Hermes. I have watched so many YouTube videos and I feel like my story is so drastically different from these people. And like even when I like watch stories of people who were rejected because like you could get an appointment at Hermes and still get rejected from getting the bag is insane. And they all
Like,
kind
how
of
did they get
have,
rejected?
they just say, sorry, we don't have any stock today.
So you did all of that. You
Yeah.
went there to meet them and they told you they don't have anything? Why didn't they tell you ahead of time?
It's usually when they suspect that you're trying to be a reseller or they just don't like you. And everybody has the same tone of voice when they talk about their experience with Hermes in Paris. It's been
nerve-wracking, incredibly stressful, incredibly difficult.
And for me, it was the complete opposite.
It was magical.
Like it was very smooth. It was smooth in the sense that like
It was
everybody
pretty
was
magical though.
It was magical. Okay, yeah, I didn't want to use the word because like who the fuck? I'm Stephanie Sue. I'm sitting here like this bag is magical. I sound stupid. Like this bag is magical, guys. And to make my story make sense and to make this entire experience make sense, because I know that there's gonna be people that are like, good for you. Like, you went into Target and you bought cotton pads. I don't understand. And so I kind of have to like preface this by giving you a little bit of background information on Hermes. If you guys already know, just skip ahead to my story because my story gets really weird. I wish that I had this deep inner meaning of why I love Hermes. My mom, before she passed away, she gave me a first birkin, and birkin bag means so much because I have this sentimental, amazing thing attached to it. Like, I wished I had an excuse like that, but I don't. I'm just a basic bitch and I just really love their bag. Essentially, the way that it works at Hermes is that because these bags are so in high demand and they don't make a lot. Hermes in the United States all kind of run on the same type of schedule, and I think a lot of the world is in this. So I believe South Korea is like this. I believe there's a couple other countries that I know to be similar to the way that the United States works in terms of like Hermes shopping experience. Let's say you walk into the Beverly Hills Hermes and you say, hi, I would like to purchase a Birkin or a Kelly, right? They'll say, hi, are you in our system? They'll literally ask you that. Are you in our system? Have you shopped with us before? And then you give them your name and they'll look you up in the system. And if you haven't spent a certain threshold amount, it's kind of like an imaginary but not so imaginary threshold, whereas I would say that it's like $5,000 to $10,000 before you're offered one of these bags, which like the fact that I said that sentence makes me sound so stupid, and the fact that I'm like adhering to these rules makes me sound so stupid. But essentially you have to purchase about $10,000 worth of other things before they offer you the bag to purchase. So it's really that meme that's like, take my money, and then Hermes is like, I'm sorry. You know, it's just really weird. And so
genius marketing.
It is genius marketing, and it's crazy because like it's one of those things where you really talk yourself into it as a girl because you're like, but you know what? It's a good investment. Like it really holds retail value. You know what I mean? Also, I look like a naked mole rat. Please, this is not Hermes, Stephanie, but like it's okay. Whereas in Paris, France, the story is slightly different. Now, I'm not really sure why it's different. I don't know if it's because these bags are made in Paris. They have more surplus inventory, and so they give it out a little bit more easier than all these other countries who like they don't even know when it gets delivered, like apparently, I don't know, allegedly. And so all of these reasons, a lot of people, a lot of girls and men will actually travel from like all over the world into Paris trying to get their hands on these bags for a lot of different reasons. First being that you really don't need that strong of a purchase history to buy one of these bags in Paris, whereas in the United States you really need a strong purchase history, and it's even crazier because it might be specific to the store and then to the sales associate. Like it gets really technical up in that bit. So it also has to do with like the romance of like buying this bag, where it's from, and like just the romance of Paris itself. And also on top of that, it's the cheapest here. For all of those reasons, a lot of people come to Paris to buy these bags. So a couple years ago, what I heard was the system is it's a walk-in only. So the first people to walk in on the store when they open bright and early, 10 in the morning, are the first people to be offered the bags. And so that led to people lining up outside the stores since 5 in the morning, and the stores open at 10 in the morning. And then when they open, they're not gonna be like, have at it, here are the gates to heaven, bitch, come on in. They're like, okay, 5 at a time. 5 at a time. And so I think recently, maybe a year and a half ago, I believe, they switched over to an online system. And so what they do is you go online at 10:30 every single morning and you try to book an appointment for the next day. I've heard that you cannot get a Birkin, Kelly, or a Constance without booking an appointment. So you go at 10:30 in the morning, you enter your passport number, enter all of that in. That's 10:30 a.m., right? 7:45-ish p.m. that day, you'll get a text message from Hermes saying, hey, your appointment is booked tomorrow for blank o'clock. Or you don't get a text message, which means you didn't get an appointment. And if you're late to the appointment, I heard that's it, bitch, good on you, you're done. So it all sounds incredibly stressful. The minute he told me we're going to France, we're going to Paris, I was like, but then I was like, you know what? This sounds a little bit stressful. I watched all these videos and I was like, this sounds like I'm gonna get too invested, because I'm the type where like I'm either so invested or I'm not invested at all. I'm not a casual doer. I'm not a casual just like, oh, let's just try it out type of gal, okay? And so I was like, I'm not even gonna fucks with it. It's okay. I get to Paris. Days pass. nothing happens because I'm not trying shit. Just living my life, eating baguettes every day, okay? And so then today, earlier, we were like, oh, you know, we're gonna be in that area where the Hermes flagship store is, so why don't we go? Now, here's the way the process works. Let's say you do get an appointment for the next day. You show up to the appointment, the sales associate essentially sits you down, and they even call it the interview process, which they ask you, do you own anything from Hermes? Have you shopped with Hermes before? In what countries have you shopped? What's your favorite thing about Hermes? They'll ask you like brand knowledge questions to make sure that you understand the novelty of Hermes, right? And then they'll ask you about what bags you want, you know, what leather you want. There was this one video of a girl that I was watching and she was like, you know, I told them that I wanted Togo leather. And they were like, why? Why don't you like all of our other leathers? They're all so beautiful. Like, you need to know all of the colors, all of the leathers, everything down to a T, and then they'll either come to you and say, I found something similar, it's not exactly what you want, but like, here, take it or leave it. Or they'll say, I'm sorry, we have nothing in stock today, which usually means, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna give you a bag, but the girl next to you is getting 3 of them. So you're like, what do you mean? You're not in stock. She's not buying all 3, so I'll take one of those. But they're like, no, we don't have any more in stock today. So it's just very weird, right? And on top of that, the girls that are getting these bags, they were forced into buying other things, which, you know what, is also part of my story. So we'll get into that too, okay? And so that's just kind of the process. It's appointment booking. Chances are you might not even get the appointment, and then the interview process, and then being offered the bag, and then having to deal with, is this not the perfect bag? Like, what if they don't offer you the bag that you want and you actually don't love the bag? What do you do then? Because you probably won't get another appointment because, like I said, it's not an anonymous process. You enter in your passport number. Today, we happen to be in the area of the flagship store. And I go into Hermes. Now, when we walk into this Hermes, it's so hectically busy in there. It does not feel like an Hermes, because when you walk into an Hermes, you just don't expect a lot of people to be in there, but it was almost as busy as like a Zara. Like, I'm just shook.
It was like a Chinese supermarket.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of Chinese people. And I didn't want to say it first, you know, because I'm Korean. There was
You met
so
a
many
Chinese fanny back there.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did, bitch. I don't want to say her name because, like, what are privacy issues? You know what I mean? But, like, I love you, girl. And so we decide, let's just browse, right? So we go to shoes, we go to, like, ready to wear, and then finally we end up in the leather goods section, which was so different from the one in Beverly Hills. Now, the main difference is that the one in Beverly Hills, you don't even get to look at a Birkin when you walk in. There is none on display. There is no freaking Kelly on display. When you ask them, do you have any? They always say, nubbits, go away. But here, they just had all of them out on display. Not all of them, but a ton of them. And you're just like, what? Like, can I just pick one? Like, I'll take that one. I'll take her. I'll take him.
I'll take any of them.
I mean, what, right? And so we're like looking at them, and I know that I'm just eye shopping today. And like, he asked me, and he goes, hey, should I ask one if they're gonna sell that one? Because we'll buy it. And I said, honey, don't be stupid. It literally says for display only. And I go, honey, stop. And he goes, might as well ask. And I go, honey, stop. You're embarrassing me, right? Yeah. And I'm standing there looking at this beautiful green Birkin just right in front of me. He looks at the sales associate literally right there, and he goes, are any of these on sale?
No. What did I say?
No, you said something real stupid.
I'm sorry, like, can we buy any of these?
Yeah, and then something like that, like, can we purchase any of these, right? Yeah. Like, are any of these on sale? And then she looks at us, and she giggles, and I immediately look at her, and I have apology in my eyes. I have a YouTuber apology video playing in my pupils, and I'm looking at her like, I am so sorry, like, please, just disregard this uncultured swine. I don't know him. And she looks at me and she's smiling, and I smile back, and I'm like, I know they're not. I'm sorry. Like, I just love this color. Like, I love all of these bright bags. Like, I've never seen so many bright Birkins and Kellys, you know? I'm just like going on about how much I love them. And she goes, well, do you guys have an appointment? And I go, no, I don't. And he goes, yeah, I mean, she knows the process of like going online. She just didn't want to do it because she...
No, I said like we just didn't think
that we would get it.
So we didn't even try.
Yeah, and then she goes, what? And then he goes, yeah, because she would have gotten so sad if she didn't get the appointment, and you know. And then she goes, well, do you have your passport on you?
Oh, if that's the moment?
Yeah. I was shaking. Did you see me shaking?
Yeah.
I was trying to open my bag, and I was visibly shaking, and I was like, I'm so sorry, like, I'm shaking right now. And so then I go into my bag and I grab the passports, right? I give it to her. She takes a picture. I don't know if she scans it on like her little, and then she says, what's your phone number? And he gives his phone number, and she goes, okay, just wait a second.
Yeah.
And so we go, what do you mean? Like, what? Are we gonna get
Wait for it.
escorted out? And so we're waiting a second, we meet a fanny packer, we bond for a little bit, and then suddenly he looks at his phone and he goes, I got a text message for an appointment. And I go, shut the front door. Right after we said goodbye to her, the fanny packer, I don't want to say her name on that. We were just kind of waiting around because we were like, well, she said wait a second, but like I didn't know what to do. And then I saw these girls lining up because like there's like a leather clerk, which is like the people that get the appointments. And there's just girls that are like, I'm leaving Paris. Like I tried for 4 days to get this appointment. Like I'm leaving Paris soon. Like what do I do? Like I can't stay in Paris. Like can you please, like please, 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 please. I've been trying for so long. And they're like, I'm sorry, we don't have appointments today. And then they were like, did you try online?
Did they ask really rude or?
No, they were just like, can I get an appointment? Like, I've been trying for 4 days. Like, please, I really just want to get an appointment.
Really?
And they're like, I'm sorry, you have to do it online. Everything's online. You have to do it online. And they were like, yeah, I tried.
That was a different lady, right?
Yeah, and they were like, yeah, I tried at 10:30 every morning. And then like all these people were like coming in like, please, 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 please. Literally begging for an appointment. And they kept saying no. And so in my head, I'm like, this is weird, right? And he looks at his phone and he goes, babe, I got a text message for an appointment. And I'm like, this is weird. I think we waited for like maybe 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we finally get the appointment. We go to the front and like where the ladies are and we meet our sales associate, which I don't want to say her name online because I don't know if she wants it to be, but she was so sweet. Immediately, like she didn't even
I don't think there was like interview or anything. It was just small talks and asked what you wanted.
Yeah, because she was like, you know, I love your bag, where'd you get it? And I was like, Hermes. And then she was like, oh, in France? And we were like, no, in LA. And then she was like, oh, okay, that makes sense because I looked you up in the system and, you know, you never shopped in France. And I was like, yeah, it's our first time in Paris. You know, I'm so nervous. And then so she's just like, oh, okay, like I love that color on the bag. Like I'm a surfer, so I want to go to LA. I heard the store is beautiful there. It was very like small talk, right? And then she suddenly looks at us and she goes, okay, so what can I help you with? Like, what are you looking for today? And so I'm like, okay, preferably a Kelly 25, 28, preferably Epsom leather. And then she's like, what color? And this is the part where I start freaking out. In my head, I'm just playing all those YouTube videos that I had seen and they were like saying, you need to know at least 5 different colors, like the name. And some of the girls were like, you need to practice the pronunciation of the colors, you know, make it sound French, like you actually know, you know. And so I'm like, like really anything fun and fresh, like bright, like pink, yellow, like green, blue, like I like anything fun. And then he sees that I'm nervous, right? And I'm wearing like this super colorful outfit and he goes, oh yeah, she really likes colors. And I'm like, God. Babe.
And the whole time you were like giggling and I think it also surprised her.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, this girl is crazy. Is she okay? You know?
Yeah.
So she started to giggle and started
she
to
kept giggling.
Yeah, she started to laugh and she was like, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, because I'm like being a shit show and she's like slightly giggling. Now, I don't know if this giggle is like, haha, bitch, we have nothing in stock, right? But like, I'm just gonna act.
And then she asked like 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
And then she was like, so if we have no Kelly, what else do you want? And I was like, a birkin. And then she goes, what else after that? And I go, a Constance. And these are the 3 hardest bags to get. So I'm like, I sound like an idiot with that, right? And then I go, and a picotin, which I was looking at a picotin, right? And so then she goes, okay, let me see what I have. And she sits us down in the side and it was like in the very back where it's like just us two. And at one point I'm like, I bet they have hidden security cameras here just watching me right now. I think it was like 5 minutes, which felt like 55 minutes or something like that. And she comes out with a stack of orange boxes. Now immediately I'm happy but upset because I know in one of those bags is something similar to what I had hoped for. It's probably a Kelly, maybe a Birkin, maybe even a Constance, right? Now the second part of me is upset because the way that these appointments work is you cannot just buy the bag. But when you buy the bag, they almost force you into buying other things. So they'll put out like 3 little gifts. Now typically what I've read online is sometimes it's bags, sometimes it's big, sometimes it's like random home plates that you don't want, sometimes it's massive scarves that you're not gonna wear, but they make you choose something to take home with it. And the way that they phrase it, which one would you like to take with your bag? So it's almost like you feel like I cannot take the bag without taking one of these. Could you probably, but do you wanna risk it? Probably not, you made it so far. And she goes, you know what? Let me take you to a room. So we walk up all the way upstairs to this little quiet room and she opens up the first box.
And she was like, it's so lucky that I have exactly what you asked for.
Yeah, before she even opened it and I was like, I was shaking. And so then she goes, I have exactly what you have, and I'm freaking out. And the minute she pulls out the bag, it was better than what I had expected. So we sat down, like while we were waiting for her to go check the stock or whatever, we had a conversation. We were like, hey, he kept telling me, if you don't like the color, just say no. You can say no. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'm in prison. I can't say no. I'm just kidding. I was like, yeah, obviously I'm not gonna buy, you know, such an expensive bag if I don't like it. And he was like, no, but really, you can say no. And then he was like, well, what colors are you gonna say no to? You need to have a plan, you know? You can't just go in there and get kicked around and come out with a bag that you never wanted, right? And I was like, there's really no colors. And he's like, what? And so I had kind of expected that it wasn't gonna be what I had planned for. Pulls out the bag.
You're like shaking, you're almost in tears, you're
I almost
screaming.
cried.
Yeah. While Stephanie was doing all of that, I think she felt it so strong. I saw her eyes start watering up too.
Which, by the way, just to remind you guys, we're talking about handbags.
Because she's seeing you freaking out so much. And then she looked at me, she was like, I have goosebumps. She stick her arms in front of me. She's like, look, all her arm hairs are standing up.
Yeah.
She was so emotional as well.
I think what it was is that, like, you know when you have experienced something so strongly and then you see someone experience it, maybe it's like, damn, it takes you back to like when you experienced it, right?
Your emotion transfers.
Yeah, I was so happy when she took out that bag. And then I was so happy when she took out the next bag, which was this red Pico tin. Pico tin aren't as hard to get. They're actually fairly easy to get. But the Pico tin, the way that it looks, I just didn't want a neutral color on it because it looked a little bit older. And so I just thought like a fun little bucket bag just would have been so perfect, right? And she pulls out this beautiful red color.
And the way she phrased it too, it wasn't like what we experienced. It's just literally, it's like how you go to Target, go to Nordstrom and looking for a pair of shoes. You tell them what you wanted and they pull out whatever they have and they make suggestions. Hey, I think this is nice.
And then she says it's also perfect because you're small, and then the bigger ones would have been too big, and this was an 18, which is very cute and small, and it's the size that I would have gotten if I gotten it last time, right?
Yeah.
And so then she pulls out that one. She pulls out this beautiful pink long Constance wallet, which I almost got, but I didn't because it's not practical. Something about this red and the leather and just everything about it was just, it was perfect, right? And so we said, okay, like we'll take the Kelly and we'll take the Pico tin. And she's like, is there anything else we can help you with? And I just really wanted a twilly for the Kelly because I wanted to like make sure I take care of it and the handle and stuff. And so we went down to the Silks, we got a twilly. And she was just so, she helped us match the twilly. She took us to the cashier line. Everything from start to finish. She was like, you know, I want to visit LA. She kept talking about LA because she's a surfer. She was like, you know, make sure to take care of this bag. You know, wear it when you're dressed cute. I have this mini Kelly. Like, it was just so personable.
Yeah.
My tip, I personally think that, okay, so prior to this entire experience, my main thing was if you can't get an appointment, don't even shoot your shot when you walk in, right? Because I was like telling him, like, don't even ask them. Obviously, they're not going to sell us a bag. We don't even have an appointment. But then he shot the shot and then it worked, right? So like literally, it's all you, boo. And the second thing is, I would say that I am so guilty of doing this. When you're put in an environment where everybody's like this, you naturally become like this, right? But I just went in there so casually for the first time ever. When I walked in today, like it was so busy that I almost felt like I'm really eye shopping. And I think it has to do with like these sales associates, they're just people.
Yeah,
and like,
people.
yeah, and a lot of the times, like even if you watch the videos of like people talking about getting their bags in Paris, it's almost like this is the system. You have to go in, you have to know this, you have to do this. And it feels so sterile. Like you walk in, you know, and then some people are like, wear your biggest diamonds, wear this, wear that. Walk in, sit there.
So
and
true.
say you want the rose japur and say it with an accent.
What
say
were
that.
you wearing?
Oh my god, I saw one of the employees look at my shoes and I was like, don't look at my shoes, lady. Like they're just some really beat up
They're like
espadrilles.
$10 shoes.
They're $10 shoes. My outfit's from Zara. I just bought it yesterday because I was sweaty. And she even asked me, she's like, your outfit's so cute. Where's it from? And I was like, Zara. Right, that was $40, right?
That's definitely not Hermes.
Did you see that one Asian lady? We were sitting down and like I just see this
Oh,
old
yeah,
Asian
yeah,
lady
yeah.
and she's going like this and she goes, so it's cheaper here than Hong Kong? And then he goes, typically it's cheaper. And she goes, how much cheaper? Because we really had no idea that we were gonna get it, so we were just doing the most. I was bouncing off the wall being a shit show. I guess that's my tip. if you guys are interested. I just thought I'd share
So your
because
tip is just to giggle, huh?
no, my tip is just to be very authentic with it, because I'm pretty certain if I had done the appointment process and I had time to prep before my interview, I would have been a lot more
It's not an interview.
whatever, my appointment, I would have been a lot more stiff. I'm sure I would have come in there like knowing all these names, you know, and like not like hee hee ha ha ha. She's my favorite bae. I've never had a bag that was so me. Yeah, he kept asking me, don't you want a neutral color that you can wear on a daily basis? I was like, that's a neutral color. That's the color of the sky. It don't get more neutral than that. There's a lot of other reasons to get a Birkin or a Kelly. If you guys are interested, I'm sure there's like so many books on like craftsmanship. It really is beautiful craftsmanship. I don't want you guys to think that like, you know, it's just a bag where you get so you could be an Insta baddie, but it's just like, it's a bag with a lot of history. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was not a flex, it wasn't any of that. It was just me sharing my tips and also a little bit of my joy with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know in the comments if this is helpful in some way, shape, or form. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.